So today we're back. We're talking Animal Crossing, but we're talking about DLC in Animal Crossing. Let's go. What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru, and today, of course, we're back. We're talking Animal Crossing because that's the hot topic, and you have all these people coming out with all these theories and all this nonsense, and I kind of wanted to discuss a few things. Like earlier last week, it was debunked. There aren't going to be in-game purchases. None of that stuff is true, and I think the true Animal Crossing fans kind of knew that wasn't going to be the case. Like, yes, we have the mobile games, but Nintendo typically keeps mobile way separate from their console-based games, and the people that were feeling like that's the way it's going to be were so far off base, and basically we're trying to, I believe, utilize the lack of information from Nintendo to their advantage to stir up clicks and get people talking about it. But I think that those who really truly know how Nintendo operates and how they feel about mobile gaming and console gaming, they kind of knew from the get-go that this was not something that was going to happen, and sadly, a lot of people fell prey to it and believed it. But that aside, let's talk about DLC. So DLC is downloadable content, for those who don't know, and what that means is that is additional content, additional gameplay stuff that you typically don't get when you buy a game. It's additional. It furthers the game, per se. Nintendo has consistently added DLC to Animal Crossing, among other games. There's a bunch of other games that have gotten DLC over time: Mario Kart, Smash, Legend of Zelda. Like, they continually, recently, have looked at it as a way to continue to earn revenue, continue to do things. A lot of people feel like we're going to be charged for DLC, and a lot of people feel like Nintendo is gouging and such. So I want to back it up a little bit. Let's start with DLC. Let's start with the history of DLC with Animal Crossing. So it began, I mean, you could basically say the GameCube if you want to talk about the e-reader cards, but that's not exactly what we're talking about here. We are talking about DLC that came in the Wii version of City Folk, which Nintendo was like, hey, we are going to give you 12 items. We're going to give you this gold furniture.
Ugly as hell. So ugly.
But we're going to give you this gold furniture, and it is going to last you a year, and you're gonna just drop it once a month and it'll just show up. It'll be a package that shows up in your door and you just free. You're welcome. Then we move on to New Leaf, and New Leaf got peppered with quite a bit. Now, they did DLC very differently with New Leaf. A couple of things they did. In Japan, they gave them different items. They would drop different items on them, and one of the biggest things they got was a 7-Eleven store. So they got like all this different furniture pieces that came from 7-Eleven, which was pretty cool, pretty awesome. In the United States, what they used to tell us to do was go to Best Buy. If you went into Best Buy and you opened up your 3DS, you could go in and talk to, I believe it was Pelly in the post office, and there would be a package there for you, and you would get the package and you could just walk right back out the store, and basically it was free DLC. It was content that was just specifically put out by Nintendo to these Best Buy stores, free. They also did a huge expansion pack that basically was all this new camping stuff and all Welcome Amiibo. We all know about Welcome Amiibo. That was all free. That was all free content that they did not charge. Why would I think that there's free content when it comes to this? There's a couple of reasons, two reasons. One is they want to pepper the content within the game. If they're going to do DLC the proper way. The proper way to me would be, hey man, here is 50 new items you're going to get. New furniture, new hats, new all that kind of stuff. If they charge you for that, they have to do two things. One, they have to give it to you from day one. Like, you have to get all 50 items. And that kind of defeats the purpose of what Animal Crossing is. Two, they would have to then also cut off people that don't buy the DLC. So if I have the DLC and you don't, in past games, when you had DLC, when one person had DLC and another person didn't, you weren't able to play the game together. And what exactly do I mean? Like Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, they put out a DLC pack, and that DLC pack allowed people to race new tracks. Well, if you didn't have that DLC and I was racing with the DLC tracks, you weren't able to race with me. It was just a way to keep it separated. Nintendo has never done this with Animal Crossing. In fact, when they go into a situation where they just drop items sporadically, like Splatoon 2, they don't charge for that stuff. That stuff is updates. For cosmetic stuff, they don't typically charge. Now, I know people are going to scream at me like, well, what about Smash? Smash is a different animal altogether, and I think Smash needs to be kept on the side because there's other issues with Smash, and there's a reason why they're charging the way they're charging for Smash. Balancing issues, there's a lot of work involved in what they do. But with Animal Crossing, it's basically design the stuff, make it, put it out. But they're going to want to put it out in a slow roll type of thing. They're not going to want to pump it all out right away. They're going to want to keep you coming back for more and getting these items. So there's a lot of people out there reporting that, like, Nintendo is obnoxious with the DLC and the way they charge. History tells a different tale when it comes to Animal Crossing. They have never charged for DLC. It has always been free. It has always been a way to keep people coming back. On top of that, even the people saying that Nintendo has been gouging with past DLC, they're not necessarily true. They're talking about Smash, and that's a totally different game and a different thing, and we're not talking about that here. We're talking about Animal Crossing. In that perspective, I personally do not feel that we will be charged at all for DLC. I think it's going to be, different things pop in. Now, if they were to go like, hey, we're going to allow you to open up and go to new islands, or we're going to, islands that are yours, or we're going to allow you to, like, get different mini games in it, then I could see them charging for it. But again, when Welcome Amiibo came to New Leaf, there was games that they implemented in it. You had the Desert Island game that was basically, when you scanned an Amiibo, you got a Wii U in your house, and when you clicked on it and accessed it, it opened up the game Desert Island Adventure. And I don't see them charging at all. Like, when you look at the history, they've had ample opportunity to charge for DLC when it comes to Animal Crossing. Not once. Never. So if they were to implement new things like new stores, new islands, make the island bigger, different things like that, then I could potentially see them charging. But I'm telling you, in my gut, you look at the history of Animal Crossing, you look at the way Nintendo has handled Animal Crossing and situations similar to Animal Crossing. Splatoon 2, Splatoon 1 are prime examples. They would give us expansion packs and not charge us. Why? Because they would just want to dribble and drabble and drop them into the store on occasions. They didn't want to just give you all the shirts and the guns and all that stuff day one. They wanted to slow roll it in and put it in as they deemed fit to put it in. That's the way they're going to treat Animal Crossing. They are not going to go, hey, here's $20, we're going to give you all new hats and shirts, and then you don't. What if you can't ever get them? What if it just never shows up in your store? So I paid you money for something that I never get a hold of? That's not going to go over well, and people are going to be furious. So I disagree with people that are saying that there is going to be a price tag attached to DLC, and that's it. So my question to you is, what do you guys think? Do you think we will see DLC in Newer Horizons? Do you believe we're going to be charged or not charged for it? Like, what? And if we do get DLC, what are you hoping for? Like, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, as always. You guys are making me feel amazing with the support that I'm getting from so many different people from all different walks of life and all different areas that I didn't knew that I existed, and they're finding me, and it's amazing. Follow me Instagram, Twitter, and on Twitch at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.